And we kick this off in education. The Teachers Service Commission Chief Executive Officer Nancy Macharia has warned tutors against engaging in or aiding exam malpractices. Meanwhile, Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu has assured of credible exams and a process managed through integrity. The leaders spoke as they kicked off primary national examinations involving grade 6 and class 8 learners. As Shadrach Miti reports, Kenya National Examinations Council Chief Executive Officer David Njengere says given the differences in the two sets of exams, the marking of KPSEA assessment will take a shorter time as compared to KCPE.
The countrywide administration of twin examinations comprising of the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education KCPE and the Kenya Primary School Education Assessment KPSEA came with excitement but not without a few challenges.
Some cases we are finding that some kids or some learners in the grade 6, that's the KPSEA, have missed the answer sheets. And this is normal. It is not something unusual. It happens because of the large number.
It is because the registration for KPSEA exams took place when we were in grade 3, because we started doing the formative assessment from grade 3 progressively. And so their papers were prepared, but during COVID, most of these schools closed down.
Yet, even with such challenges, the government, through the Kenya National Examination Council, acted on time and ensured a smooth process.
We have made all the necessary preparations, and according to the arrangement we have this year, we don't expect to get any single malpractice anywhere within the country.
With more than 200,000 teachers involved in managing this year's exams, the Teachers Service Commission Chief Executive Officer Nancy Macharia says she expects nothing short of integrity and good conduct from her employees.
Let us all be patriotic. The reason being, this exam, especially the one for KCPE, will determine the school this learner will go to. The moment there's an irregularity and the learner lands into a school which is not of their level, that one is a great disadvantage.
Colleague teachers promise me that we shall deliver credible examinations. I'll be the happiest CEO the day I don't have to interdict a teacher because the CEO NEC has sent a name.
Other than 1.24 million KCPE candidates and 1.28 million KPSEA candidates, there are about 11,000 special needs education students sitting the Kenya Intermediate Level Assessment KILEA.
We are assessing learners who have moderate and severe disabilities. You know, KCPE has tended to disadvantage those learners. There are some learners who can't follow the regular curriculum. So with CBC, there is a curriculum for learners who have moderate and severe disabilities. So KILEA is assessing their competencies also.
While the KCPE is still driven by the usual cutthroat competition, which has been attributed to the perennial malpractices and exam theft, grade 6 candidates are said to have approached the assessment with much ease and less tension. Meanwhile, in the counties facing security and other logistical challenges, such as Samburu, the government has deployed choppers and other transport models depending on the terrain and other prevailing circumstances to transport and distribute exams.
Kuna areas zingine vile niliwaeleza hawa officers ambazo kwa mfano tukipata mvua upande wa Samburu magari haipitiki. Mheshimiwa Rais na Wizara ya Elimu wamenipa chopper helicopter ambayo iko standby.
Kenya National Examination Council Chief Executive Officer David Njengere says marking and processing of KPSEA will take a slightly shorter time than KCPE.
With KCPE, the learners are sitting for 100% of their marks. With KPSEA, they already have 60% of the marks. They're only looking for 40%. And therefore, the processing of KCPE will obviously take a little more time and a little more intense work.
Day 2 will see KCPE candidates tackle science, Kiswahili Lugha, and Kiswahili Insha. On the other hand, Day 2 for KPSEA candidates will involve integrated science, which includes science and technology, agriculture, home science and physical health education, and Kiswahili. Shadrack Miti, KTN News.
Right, and in related news, over 300